What's up, everyone? I hope you're having a good day. Definitely a crazy day in the market. We've seen the market pumping, and basically, when the market makers are coming out saying that they're going to pump up the market, what happens? They start buying, and retail starts buying due to FOMO. So, um, basically, I had mentioned getting into inverse ETFs, particularly UVIX, UV, SQQQ and SDS, right? Well, um, the levels I was suggesting were around SPY at around $415. So where SPY is right now is not a surprise. Inversely, using SPY as a gauge, that's how I determine where to get into the inverse ETFs. Now, I thought the PCE inflation report may put red into the market, but it didn't because they reported the inflation as expected. So so apparently to your average retail investor, and institutions who want to pump the market out, pump the market up, that means that apparently our economy is thriving and we're now in a bull market. So, um, I think there's a good chance we will see um, SPY possibly consolidate down to around 408 and then jump up to around the 424 range. But I just want to say ultimately, I think it's very possible SPY gets up to that $436 range before there's any significant dump. So what does that imply? It implies the inverse ETFs are going to get beat down pretty low. Anyone getting into the inverse ETFs, you may want to be careful. Obviously, they're pumping the market. FOMO. Um, does it make sense in this economy? No, it doesn't. But that's what they're doing, and that's what's happening. So, one thing I think to keep in mind as well, it's good to wait for a really low price on the inverse ETFs because we're approaching June 3rd, Executive Order 14032. Trump's previous executive order applied to only 30 securities. This particular executive order that Biden signed applies to 70 Chinese securities, being disallowed to be used as collateral by institutions. So, what does that mean? If they get margin called, ultimately the price is going to skyrocket, leading the market up even higher. So, I think, just my opinion, take it with a grain of salt, not financial advice, but we may see the market running up until around June 16th. I can easily see SPY at around $436 before there's any serious dumps. Obviously, we have a potential of China invading Taiwan. If that happens, in my opinion, it's going to dump the market. But everyone's investing. It seems that everyone, or a lot of people anyways, are chasing rockets and not really very concerned with the economic climate we're in. I still feel that we're headed toward a period of stagflation where poorly performing companies will be washed out. I still feel that we're headed towards a recession, a crash, and I think the housing market is on its way to crashing. When will that materialize in terms of crashing the market? Perhaps that won't happen until October, November of 2023, or a little bit later. Time will tell. But sorry, I had some distractions there. But be careful chasing rockets. Beware of bull traps. Everyone decides to gather around me when that's why I do these videos outside. Sometimes I got the kids here. It's hard to focus anyhow. So, as I said, when actual fear comes into the market like it should, and common sense, logic, reasoning, rationale returns to the market, based upon the economic climate we are in. Like I said, I will get positioned in TLT as investors look to bonds for safety. But I went ahead and averaged down and got out of inverse ETFs myself for now, because as I said, moving into June 3rd to Executive Order 14032 being enacted. So I just wanted everyone to be aware of that. That SPY may go a good ways higher. So if you're in the inverse ETFs, whenever SPY dips and the inverse ETFs shoot up, you may want to consider going ahead and jumping out and waiting till they're quite a bit lower. This is somewhat of an impromptu video. It's been an extremely busy day. I just wanted to get out the general information really quickly. If anyone's struggling, yeah, at least you would have some idea. If you were curious of what my opinion was on that. I think UVIX and UVXY has been really pretty stable, considering the way SPY is skyrocketing, and I think that's a reflection of investors just not wanting to sell, realizing that it doesn't make any sense in this current market, the way they're running the market up. So that's really not a big surprise to me. However, as I said, I think there's a good possibility they'll get SPY up to around 436 before there's big dumps, and obviously that's going to hurt the prices of the inverse ETFs. So just something to keep in mind there. Just quickly, obviously around that period of June 3rd, I think that's going to send AMC, GameStop, and several other shorted stocks shooting up. So that's something to keep in mind, and that's what I said. I think you need to be careful with inverse ETFs, and I think, like I said, the market could have a good bull run up until around June 16th. And again, take that with a grain of salt. That's just my opinion. But my focus has been, getting in and out of the right call and put options, and any stocks that are beat down that have positive catalyst, and that's why I put up Moderna with them working on the monkeypox vaccine, and Novavax may soon get FDA approval on their COVID-19 vaccine. I am still bullish on Ocugen. You may want to check out the news on them. I'm not going to go into every stock I'm bullish on and in right now. I just figured I'd throw out a few, just to give you a general idea of, I'm focused on, I'm more of a very calculated, strategic investor who takes calculated risk, and I mitigate my risk. So I'm not really one to chase rockets. You can make a lot of money in this market. For example, you can go on Reddit and you can see the Reddit crowd's buying into Redbox, and you can go in heavy to Redbox and you can make a lot of money riding Redbox up. Does it make sense when the company's valued at 65 cents? No, it doesn't make sense. But that's the type of generation of investors we have. It's all about hype and chasing rockets, and a lot of times that's why people's unrealized gains turn into heavy realized losses. So I've been doing very well, but I've also been preserving capital to a degree in regards to risk management, because I just don't think it's very logical in this current market to be in a bull run. So I just, I think it's just it's inevitable that we're heading into a recession and a crash, and again, stagflation. Just to kind of recap what I said a moment ago, you know, supply chain issues are still a concern. So, you know, I think sometimes ignorance pays off. Sometimes just reading something and throwing your money at something, you can make a lot, but ultimately that's eventually going to cost you. Um, you know, and that's just the way it is. But that's pretty much all I have. For the moment. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good 3-day weekend. As I said, I thought the market may very well be red because of the PCE inflation report, but because it was the numbers were as expected, um, everyone ran with it and thought that was great news apparently. So that's where we are. And apparently no one's concerned anymore about holding over the weekend, even a 3-day weekend. So thus we have the market rocketing up. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I have. You know, I'm very bullish on AMC, very bullish on GameStop. Obviously, that's not going to change for a while. And that's pretty much all I have. So, you know, I'm just trying to think if I had anything else to add that might be. I don't know. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. I still got a pretty busy day ahead. But y'all have a great day, good 3-day weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. And one more thing I wanted to add: there are $20 million in puts against SPY with the $392 strike price expiring July 15th. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So again, just to reiterate, I think there's a good chance that SPY will drop to around 408, and then we'll very likely see a rise to around 424. And if it maintains and holds that level, I think there's a good chance SPY will hit 430 to 436. I'm thinking it's looking more like 436, but again, not financial advice. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.